Hello, everyone. Lewis here with The Hit Life, where we bring you news, interviews, and more from all your favorite Southeast regional MMA promotions. Today, we're getting to know Nick the Warrior Weaver. He currently trains at a Factory Grappling Club in Tulsa, Oklahoma, under Coach Melvin Scott. The Warrior is set to fight Sunday, August 21st at Combat Quest 22 at Banquet Masters in Clearwater, Florida, in the main event against Marquez Forrest. Hello, Nick. Thank you so much for joining us.
Howdy.
So you were born in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of OSU, the most successful NCAA Division I program
Yes,
ever,
sir.
not just in wrestling, in any sport. At what age did you start wrestling?
I wrestled through junior high and high school, but I didn't dedicate myself to wrestling because I was a football player.
Okay. How successful were you in wrestling, or did you just focus on football?
I mainly focused on football and just practice wrestling just to be in there, most definitely during off season.
After high school ended, did you continue wrestling, or did you start another martial arts discipline?
I didn't start anything for a long time. I started about 23 is when I started focusing on jiu-jitsu and then other just like, kickboxing and stuff with that's when I got with the factory.
Okay, so you joined the factory at 23 and you started jujitsu, kickboxing training. What made you decide to go back into combat sports?
Um, just kind of like, you know, I'm that average guy that, you know, got in the street fights and stuff and thought I was good. And then, and I always could wrestle pretty good. So I was like, you know what, I give it a shot. And I've always been interested in it. It's always been a big fan of it. So I figured I'd give it a shot. And my first fight, I took my first fight on a 10 days notice with minimal training. I dropped 30 pounds in 10 days. And so it wasn't the best experience for me. I'd say I did decent, but I just got gassed. I got out wrestled by a really good wrestler, and then since then I was focused on it for a few years. Like had my nose to the grindstone, was fighting all the time, and then I took a couple years off. This will actually be my first fight back in over 2 years.
When you joined the Factory Grappling Club, was your intention to go and join amateur competition?
Yes, definitely.
Coming up in Oklahoma, you need to be a talented combat sports athlete to stand out. With strong wrestling roots and amateur promotions are known for having very tough fighters. Do you feel
Mhm.
coming up in such a tough environment gives you an advantage when you're matched against opponents from other regions?
Oh, definitely. I look at and this isn't trying to be like disrespectful to anybody, but I feel like seeing some of the talent from not all the other states, but some states, you look at Texas. Texas has some really tough talent, um, but it doesn't seem like it's the same everywhere. It's just like when I used to travel the country for work. I'd stop in with some gyms and try to train with them with jiu-jitsu, and then I'd be getting told that I'm too aggressive, because at the factory, most of our wrestlers have, I mean, most of our uh, students and my teammates all have strong wrestling backgrounds, and so I'm used to more of a wrestling approach to jujitsu, and that's all I've ever known. So um, I've learned the hard way that not everywhere has that same mentality, and so yeah, I feel like when I come down to Florida this weekend, I'm gonna stand out for sure.
Your last fight was in early 2020. What have you been doing since that time, and why have you not competed for so long?
Um, I started focusing on when I was still in Oklahoma. I started my own company, and so I got practiced, but I mainly focused on just trying to, you know, figure out where I wanted to go in life. I like fighting. I like doing it. But for me, fighting is more of a hobby. I'm not out here with the mindset that I'm going to the UFC. I want to be good at it. Every time I step in that cage, I want to win. But I'm already pushing 30, so it's like I'm just doing it for more of a hobby than trying to make a career out of it. So I needed an actual career to go focus on.
Mhm. Do you feel ring rust may be an issue on Sunday?
No, I I don't know if it's just like my mindset or something, but I wasn't scared the first time I got in there. I'm definitely not going to be scared now.
Most of your matches were at lightweight. Did you intentionally put on weight to move to welterweight?
No, I just took this fight on a 2 week notice, and so I knew I could do welterweight, and I wasn't going to try to do a big weight cut to get to 155 right now. I've actually had a lot of 155 offers lately, and I've been turning them down mainly because most of them has been, "Can you make it by this weekend?" And I'm like, "No," because I'm 6'5", so yeah, it's crazy the fact that I can even make 155.
Hmm.
But I'm definitely not going to ever, after that first weight cut where I really hurt myself, I won't ever do a drastic, quick weight cut like that ever again.
Marquez Forrest is holding championship titles in multiple promotions with an undefeated streak and a lot of momentum. How do you feel you match up against him?
He's 4-0 and he has 3 titles. It's not. I feel like it's padded. He's had a couple tough opponents, but then he's fought a 1-0. I mean, he's fought a 0-1 and a 0-2. Like the fact that someone that didn't even have a win under their belt went and fought for a title, that doesn't intimidate me. None of that does. I I kind of just look at it like I've always had the mentality. I focus on the fighter. I study his moves. I study like his fight skill set, and just like his approach to the fight. Uh, I haven't had a lot to study on him, but from what I found, I I think my game plan going into this will suit me just fine.
Is there anything you want to tell Marquez ahead of the match?
I can tell him that I'm coming in respectful. I'm not coming in trying to like you know rah rah nothing like that. It's I'm glad that I could take this fight for him and actually make it wait and still have the fight. But I'm going to make this title a little out of reach for him.
All right, let's move on to another segment. I call this quick hits. I'm going to give you fun, easy questions. I want you to give me the first thing that comes to mind. You may pass if you want to. You ready?
Okay.
Favorite pizza topping?
Canadian bacon.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Would you rather go fishing or hunting?
Hunting.
Sunrises or sunsets?
Rises.
Favorite fast food?
Any kind of pizza.
Ford or Chevy?
Chevy.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Probably speed.
Your favorite fighter?
Probably Anthony Pettis.
Favorite thing to do when you're not training or fighting?
Uh, Probably be outdoors, like camping or mountain biking.
That's it for quick hits. Thank you so much, Nick, for doing this.
Yeah.
Come out Sunday and see if the Warrior can stop the upward momentum of Marquez Forrest in his tracks and take the welterweight belt back to Oklahoma with him. The event is Combat Quest 22, Secure the Bag 2, taking place this Sunday, August 21st at Banquet Masters in Clearwater, Florida. Make sure to get your tickets at vigilantmma.com. If you enjoyed this interview, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to get more.